there was still a lot of investments. And when I was a kid, if I got $20, 10 of it was going to get put towards the investments. I invested and set aside money to an extreme degree when I was younger.
Hold on. How extreme?
Whenever I want to buy something, I sit and think about it and wait like a month to see like, do I really want this, or is that going to go away? So that often means I don't buy a whole lot of stuff. And so I was just packing it away into savings.
Chris, I'm going to put these numbers back up on screen. When you look at these numbers, do you feel safe? Do you feel anxious? What do you feel?
Not so much anxious. I mean, I think they seem okay, but they also didn't really align with how I saw the changes in the accounts over the months. And so that's why we went ahead and added a little bit of extra information off to the side there.
So here's what Chris added. Some balances on the credit cards. $916 for Chris. For Natalie, $5,555. There's some bank stuff. Total spending, $11,800. After-tax income is $8,800. And so you are spending $3,000 more than you make. That's a problem. What do you think about that, Natalie?
I look at the numbers and I hear what Chris is telling me, but I just think if that were actually the case, we'd be broke. We wouldn't have any money in our checking or savings, right?
It's a little trickier than that. It's a good question, though. This is a very common thing. I'll speak to people who are less than 2 months away from running out of money, and they have no idea. And there are lots of reasons that this can happen. At the most complicated level, if you think about like population decline, you've heard of countries like even the US or certainly Korea, China, like they're having less babies. And so you can kind of project the future and the exact year where population will be declining in a way that is almost irrecoverable. You can see it happening decades away, but you go to the store, you go to the restaurant, it's no different to you or me, but it's still happening. It's pure math. That's the same thing on the personal finance level. You can be spending more than you make, but you have a bit of a buffer. Other countries have time and some population. You have a savings account. You have a checking account. You have money coming in and money going out. And sometimes those expenses are every 6 months or every 12 months, like your auto registration or whatever. So it's like water in a river. It's flowing. It's not like it stops here and then it starts and it stops. It's flowing, which makes it a little more difficult to see clear patterns.
Okay.
But if we look at the math, you are spending $3,000 more than you make. So by pure math, in approximately 10 months, you are out of money in your checking and savings account. How do you both feel about that, Natalie?
Yeah, that's scary. That doesn't sound good.
Okay. First time you understood that?
Yes.
Okay. And Chris, did you know that before now?
Oh, yeah. And so we, pad that at the end of the year with, end of year bonuses and then tax return, and those come in and they boost the numbers back up. And then around, October, November, I start getting nervous about how low it is and get on the horn about like, we got to spend less, kind of, household austerity measures at that point.
And how does that go over?
It doesn't go over that great, but, Natalie can see it more easily because the number is low. And so I see the trend line and Natalie sees the number. And only when we get to the end of the year do both of our red flags are up. And then that's when it becomes a lot easier to say, we really need to spend less.
What do you both notice as you're saying this out loud?